Today we're going to be talking about how important is it to actually take a security deposit from a tenant. Now, I know a lot of people thinking, if you're an experienced investor or just starting out, you may feel a little bad when somebody tells you that they don't have the security to move in right now. But I can tell you that overall, it is a huge mistake to let a tenant into your house without that security deposit. I'm going to tell you why. And I have been suckered into this more than once by having a kind and gentle heart, feeling bad for people, trying to give them a start. But 95% of the time, I say 95% because there is always a 5% chance you could turn people around, but 95% of the time, you're going to get screwed over. And I'll tell you exactly how you're going to get screwed over. Let's just say you move a tenant in and things go great the first month, right? Second month, all of a sudden, they're behind a little bit on the rent. Hey, I lost my job, or my job's not giving me enough hours. And of course, immediately, that's going to become your problem. Now, they continue to talk about give them another shot, give them a little bit of time. Now, if you watch my other videos, when a tenant is late more than 30 days, you're filing that eviction. Do not fall for that next month. You could always cancel the eviction, but at least you're on record by trying to get this tenant out if it's going to be a problem. So you move the tenant in, a month and a half later, they're complaining they don't have the money for the rent. Now you got to get them out of the house. Now, depending on what state you're in, if you ever watch this show, then you know to always buy properties in a landlord-friendly type of state. That is where you can get the tenant out in less than, a month and a half, 2 months. Then you can get the tenant out. You can start the process. But by not having a security deposit, kind of screws you over with a couple of things. Number one, there's nothing there that's going to cover the water bill. If you're paying part of the utilities, or there's some utilities that you have to pay in the state of Pennsylvania, generally, the landlord is always paying the water bill. And depending on what county you're in, that water bill is ultimately going to be your responsibility. So you get suckered into the point of now being responsible for that water bill, which a lot of times it's a $400 or $500 fee before it's a shutoff. So that's $400 or $500 right there. Second, they never leave the place how they got it. It's usually ransacked, a mess. You got to clean it. So just having someone clean up, and God forbid you have to take out all their trash that they leave, because they love doing that. They love bringing their trash from one house to the other. It's like puddle jumping. So now you have to worry about who's going to remove that trash, right? Now that's a double whammy. That could be another $1,000 right there. On top of it, if they're totally bad people and you really misread them from the start, they're going to take the refrigerator, they're going to take the stoves, they're going to take anything they can get their dirty little paws on, which they should be arrested, and they're going to take it out of that house. And believe me, they do it every time. So now you're going to be out a refrigerator, maybe a washing machine, and a stove. You're talking $1,500, depending on what kind, could be up to $2,000. So now that security deposit that you did not want to take, or you thought maybe I don't need it, I'll help them out, now it just turned into $2,500. So you as the landlord have to go through that. When people leave, they don't give us security. Not to mention, did they kick holes in the wall? Did the dog bite the furniture? Is the door off the hinges because we had a psycho husband that wanted to beat his wife up or something like that? So, you have to take all that into consideration. Now, you are having to need to fix that house up for the next renter. So that's money going to be out of your pocket. So think twice before you say to yourself, I'm not going to take a security, or you know what, I'll take the security a month or two or a week or two after they move in. They never pay the security. Most of the time, they never do. Okay, there's only 5% in all my years of doing this, and believe me, I've been doing this a long time, that they actually do pay the security deposit. But a lot of times there's always something that comes up. Hey, I wanted to paint the room. You should be happy. I'm fixing the house up. Hey, I needed this other piece of furniture. Hey, I needed a new stove. So that security money just never, ever makes its way to you. So the next time you're thinking about, should I take a security deposit from my tenants? Or, maybe this house has been sitting for a long time. There's somebody that wants to rent it, but they don't have the security deposit. Think again. Have them find that security deposit, and there's a lot of places they can. Churches, charities, and a lot of well-known organizations in the United States that love to give free money out. They'll find it there, and then they'll give you that security deposit, and then they can move in. But that's it for today. And keep in mind, too, that when I'm talking about this kind of situation, I'm talking about the C and D neighborhoods, but this pretty much applies to anything. I've rented to luxurious apartment buildings, and people have, their whole life has gone to crap in 6 months. So take the security before you let any tenant move into your place. That's a must. You heard it here, Simple Real Estate Investing. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you on the next round.